Is that the Natalee Summers?
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much.
Hey, do you care if I ask you 20 questions?
I guess not.
Okay, well, let's do it. Number one, how old were you when you started beekeeping?
I was around the age of 8 years old, but I wasn't like really into it. It was kind of just when my dad started. So I really got into it when I was like 9 or 10, and I'm now 14, so yeah, kind of around the age of 8.
That's crazy young. Who taught you how to keep bees?
Mainly my dad, because he was the first one who like really started it all. And so we kind of learned together. He thinks that we learned together and started together, but he really was the one who knew a lot more before me. So he taught me how to, you know, work the hive, what an egg looked like, the queen, stuff like that. So he was really the one to do that, and now it's kind of just a lot of other people. And I did learn a lot from a bunch of YouTubers like Kamon and Bob and Ian. He got me into that stuff. So yeah, it was really my dad who taught me how to keep bees.
Why'd you start your YouTube channel?
I kind of started it because it was more of like a, let's just see where it goes. And we just kind of started it. My parents had kind of thought of the idea, but I had wanted to do it for a while. And so we started it and didn't know where it was going. And basically now we're here and we're doing interviews, and it's a lot of fun. So it was kind of just a crazy idea to start it, and it's a lot of fun.
Who's your camera operator?
My mom's the one who does all of the camera stuff. I do a lot of the editing, but she does all of the camera things. And I've talked about it before a little bit, but I'm not the best to film with on some days, so I do appreciate her for all the stuff that she does and how she films the videos. So she does a really good job at it, and I really don't know anything about the camera stuff. She does all of it.
Awesome. Okay, we're in the bee yard. What's your favorite thing about keeping bees?
There's a lot of things. I enjoy a lot of things in beekeeping. There's some things that aren't super fun about it, but I think one of the main things is that it's very different like every single day. It's not the same thing, and it always changes, and there's a lot of different things in beekeeping that you can get into. You can focus on honey, queens, or just making bees, or focus on swarms and cutouts and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things that you can do in beekeeping, so it's never the same, which I enjoy because I don't like doing the same thing every single day. And so that's one of my favorite things in it. And it's also just, it's really fun if you can learn how to be calm in the bees. And it's just, there's a lot of really cool things that the bees do for us. So yeah.
Awesome. Who's your hero?
Probably, I would say my dad and my mom for sure, because they both play a really big part in everything that I'm doing, because my mom keeps me doing it, and still, you know, when I want to quit and don't really enjoy doing something anymore, she'll make sure that I continue doing it. But my dad's the one who's getting me into beekeeping and doing things, so I think my dad plays a really big part in all of it, because I learned a lot of things from him over the years, and I do spend a lot of time with him, and so yeah, he helps me out a lot. But both my parents play a really big part, so probably them. Great
answer. Okay, if you could meet one person in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
This one's a hard one because I don't really know who I would pick for that. I think it'd be really cool to meet like a past family member, like my dad's grandma or something like that, or, you know, my dad's great grandma or something like that. I think that would be really cool. But if we're thinking like a, you know, a fun, famous person from a while ago, like Elvis Presley would be like a really cool person. But there's a lot of cool people out there, but I think that's kind of somebody I would pick to meet, yeah.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of school. I don't really enjoy it that much. But I would say probably science. It's not my favorite thing ever, but on the days that it's easy and I can learn from it and I'm good at it, I enjoy it, because there's a lot of learning about, you know, bees and other stuff like that. So probably science.
All right, the vocation question. Do you know what you want to do when you grow up?
Definitely beekeeping. So it's going to be beekeeping, but I'm not sure what in beekeeping, because like I said earlier, there's a lot of things that you can do in beekeeping. And so I'm not sure if I want to focus on honey or queens or splitting or whatever it is. So beekeeping, but I just don't know it yet. I think like taking bees to the almonds is a really, really cool thing, and I want to do that. But that'll take a lot of work to get to, but it should be beekeeping. I'm just not sure what, so I don't have a full answer on that, but I don't know who really does anyways. So I'm gonna close these girls up. Looks like they have a lot of honey in here, which is great. I pulled out a couple frames. It's probably ready to be extracted, which is super exciting. And so I'm just gonna close them up, and we'll go ahead and walk over to another yard that has some splits that we made this year that are growing really good, and I thought we could show you that because they are some of my queens that I've grafted. So we'll go ahead and just walk back this way.
Awesome. Let's do it. Okay, next question.
All right.
Who's your biggest inspiration on YouTube?
Probably, although I don't want to say it because this person's pretty annoying, but I would probably say Kamon, because I learned a lot from him in the beginning, and he was the first like beekeeping YouTuber that I started watching. And so I've learned so much from him, and he has really good information videos. And they're also not like just, you know, really serious. So there's a lot of fun videos, but also really informational, how do you say that? Informational videos? I don't know, something like that.
Something like that.
And so, yeah, probably Kamon. He probably wouldn't believe me because I pick on him so much, but it is true.
Good old Kamon. Okay, when Natalee Summers is not in the bee yard on a rare occasion, what is she doing?
Feels like I'm always in the bee yard, like during the summertime. So I think it's still like everything beekeeping related. Like a lot of the time I'm still doing beekeeping things. Recently it's been like wax dipping, and I'm doing the Master Beekeeping program through the University of Florida, so I've been focusing on that a lot. And then like editing and filming videos is another big thing, and responding to comments and stuff like that. So I still do a lot of beekeeping stuff when I'm not in the yard. And I also play the piano, so that's another thing that I have to do throughout the week, practice that. But I do spend a lot of time outside still, like with my dad. And so, yeah, I'm not really never in the bees, it feels like. So, yeah, but I don't have anything that I'm really big on. It's pretty much just beekeeping.
So, what's your favorite video you've made to date?
Again, I'll be honest, I don't really like any of my videos, which is weird because if you watch a YouTuber's video, you just think that they are really proud of it, and they probably are, but a lot of the times YouTubers don't like the way that they look and sound in YouTube, like in a video, and I'm the same way. I really don't like anything about my videos, but my mom keeps me doing them, which I really appreciate. But I do have one video that's done really well and was pretty easy to film and exciting, and it was my extracting video from last year, and so I'd probably say that one, even though it's still not one of my favorite videos. And the thing is YouTube's really weird the way you'll film a video and you think it's going to do really bad, and it does really good. So yeah, I would say my extracting video from last year probably.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have two sisters, and they're both older than me, so I'm the youngest. They're not interested in beekeeping though, it's just me, which I think is okay, because you can't really, somebody has to really like beekeeping in order to do it. You can't just kind of like it, you have to be really into it.
Amen to that. What do they make of all this YouTube stuff?
I'm not really sure, honestly. We don't talk about it a whole lot. It was something that we just kind of randomly started and didn't know where it was going, and then now we're here. I'm about to hit 5,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And basically, we just don't really talk about it a whole lot, but they do support me, and they do watch some of like the live chats that I'll do with other people and things like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever be able to get them in a video, but I could definitely try.
Okay, what's your favorite food?
It changes like every month, like every week it changes. Right now it's wraps. I really like wraps for some reason, so I'd pick that for now.
Nice. Favorite genre of music?
My music's kind of all over the place. I really like music and I enjoy it a lot, but it's very all over the place. I like older music, but I also like country, and then I also like some of like today's music. So I'm not really sure. It's just kind of a mix of everything, to be honest.
You're just like yappy. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's an insult or not. Just kidding.
Okay, what's one important lesson you've learned from keeping bees?
I think one thing that I've learned is that you can't give up on the small things, because if you did, you wouldn't last a week in beekeeping. Because you'll make a lot of mistakes, but you have to be willing to learn and grow from those mistakes in order to be successful. And so, you know, you'll make a small mistake and you just have to move on, because you'll never really get anywhere if you don't. Like I said, you'll really only make it a week in beekeeping, because there's just a lot of small mistakes that you'll make in life, and especially in beekeeping. So you just have to get over them, and I think that's something that I've definitely learned.
Good answer. What goals do you have for, I guess, both your apiary and your YouTube channel?
So for me, like once I start my own business and everything, I'd really love to have a ton of hives and be more of a commercial beekeeper. But for now, I think we're just gonna kind of try and get to maybe like 100, 200, 300, whatever I can convince my mom to get to. And then for my YouTube, there's not really much of a goal there. It's kind of just seeing what happens and where it goes. And so I really enjoy that, and I think it's a lot of fun. And so that's kind of what we're doing with the YouTube channel. But for me personally and my, business and everything, I would love to be able to send bees to California and all those kinds of things.
Who's one beekeeper you'd love to meet that you haven't?
Probably, I'm not sure. There's a lot of people out there that are amazing beekeepers, and I would love to meet them. But probably Jamie Ellis would be a really good one. He's a really cool beekeeper, and I think it'd be really exciting to meet him. That's the Master Beekeeping program I'm taking from him, actually. And so I think it'd be really cool to meet him.
Okay, final question. You made it. What is something about Natalee Summers that your subscribers don't know?
Well, I could probably pick a couple things, but one of the main things that a lot of people are really surprised to know, like once I meet them at a conference or something, is I'm actually more of a quiet person. My shirt actually says it. It says introverted but willing to discuss beekeeping. And so that's definitely the truth, and I'm really much more of a sit back and listen than talk. And a lot of people are surprised to see that because I have a YouTube channel and I talk a lot on my YouTube, but you gotta know it's just me and my mom in the bee yard, and we're just filming random videos and having fun with it. And so, yeah, I'm a lot more of a quiet person than people expect.
Well, Natalee, this has been fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I had a really good time.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna try to find my way out of here, all right?
All right, good luck.